text is way more like in line with the Eastern teachings and stuff. So you'll find that as you start doing, if you start going in deep and doing your research, it's really comparative religion. Most of these religions all say the same thing, but they're being envisioned through a different lens. So let's kind of think about the lie, right? It's like we're told, like, you're a spiritual creature, you got to follow all these things. But what you don't really realize is that, like, you're really a freaking monkey, and these are systems that have been developed for really smart, really fancy monkeys to deal with their crazy monkey aspects of themselves. And then sometimes that means, now see, this is part of where, like, the esoteric, like the dark side of shit comes in. Like, you just have to acknowledge that, like, you have a sex drive and you're going to be attracted to attractive females or whatever. Doesn't mean you have to act on it, or you have to, like, make a rude comment, or you have to, like, be walking around with a boner all day, right? But, like, it's something that has to be acknowledged, because if you don't, it can manifest itself in an unhealthy way. So a lot of those parts of the system's like that. Now, there's also the other creepy side of that, where you get into, like, the weird Pizzagate shit and whatever that is. Like, that's more like the psychic vampire thing. That's not like incorporating yourself to be a positive person. What I'm talking about is, essentially, this is like the white magician side or whatever, if they want to look at it like that from the Western perspective. But, like, you can learn all these tricks and all these tools and all this meditation and this yoga to really improve your quality of life and improve the quality of life of others around you. And when you do that, if enough people do that, I mean, it's like a giant ecosystem. Like, Joe Rogan has a little video where they talk about that. I mean, you're basically, as you're affecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 person's lives, starting with your own, of course, you're literally changing the world, right? And yeah, it does sound super cheesy. It sounds corny as hell. But, you know, if 1,000 people in the United States are changing 10 people's lives this year, and then those 10, you know, change another 10, and so on and so forth, you literally can change the world at a rapid pace. But it does start with an internal shift. But that's why I'm throwing some of that stuff out there for some of you guys who are interested or ready for that. It's something that I'm still working on, constantly I'm developing. But I just know a lot of people who are, like, hungry for this type of stuff, and it's not given to us. It's not shown to us unless you really go looking for it. And, like, it's a pain in the ass. I've been collecting books for years and reading books for years to finally start to piece the puzzle together to what it finally makes sense. And again, it's just another map of reality. It's not even necessarily reality, but it's like, okay, I kind of see what is going on with these things and why, and really what the ultimate goal is. And it isn't the ultimate goal, I think. It's a big leap off the ledge here. Is for you to be present in the present moment, which means right now while I'm filming this video, and to do something to help the world around you. It sounds so cheesy, but I think that's seriously, like, that's it. You're put here in this body, or you grew up or evolved in this body or whatever, to contribute something to the human race. Yeah, I don't know what that is for you. I might not know what that is for me. For me, you know, for everyone in some way, it's helping someone in some way. Whatever that can be. It could be cooking a meal. It could be making a song that people can relate to so they don't feel isolated. It can be doing something nice for the person you're in a relationship with. Just hugging them or whatever. But there's really, we are lied to so damn much, and we are told that, like, we gotta chase these things, and we gotta, there's certain ideals we're supposed to live up to, like all this, like, media bullshit, like, I don't know. It's like, this is a deep subject, but I would encourage any of you who are actually still tuning into this, stop watching this, I'm going to cut the video off and start reading and start studying and start to learn more about yourself and more about where we really come from. And don't buy into this like guilt blame game. Oh my God, the blame game. And then trying to control and manipulate other people. There's so much shit that goes on just because we don't understand who we are. And I'm not saying that like, you know, I can say that like, oh, I'm manipulating you by saying you should read these books, but like, that's actually true, but I'm trying to help you. And so that's when you get into the nuance that people don't want to get into, like, you know, the sex drive. Oh, you have a sex drive, therefore you're bad. What? It doesn't even make sense. But like, you manipulate people, you're evil. There's a lot of people that are manipulative and evil, actually. Most people that are manipulative are evil. But what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to empower these people. You, who is listening, that wants to do something good, that wants to make a positive change in the world, but sees that a bunch of people are lying and a bunch of people are just bullshitting. They're not even honest with themselves. How can you like create an opening to let some light in? You know, that's something we all struggle with, right? Every single one of us letting light into ourselves and with other people. And sometimes you might have to be like, hey, have you checked this thing out? And it just might be, you know, you can just offer the opportunity to learn something new. You don't have to shove it down people's throats. Dear God, we have enough of that. But, God, I don't know. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to offer this for you. So I kind of want to go grab books and show them to you, but I think I've mentioned enough. Rudolf Steiner is really what got me started. I would highly recommend Rudolf Steiner's How to Know Higher Worlds, Knowledge of Higher Worlds and Its Attainment. I'll show you the book. I got it right here. This book. A Modern Path of Initiation, How to Know Higher Worlds. And he talks about in here, you have other faculties, other sense faculties. The same thing that the CIA found out at the Stanford Research Institute. Oh my God. What a surprise. He knew this in 1905. This is what we're talking about. Look, it matches the shirt kind of. Ooh. Is that Synchronicity, Carl Jung? Read Carl Jung. That's a good one. Like, if this doesn't excite you, if you think, like, oh, this is spiritual mumbo-jumbo, this guy is a frickin' nutbag, you're wrong, first of all. I'll tell you that. He invented biodynamic farming, and he started the Waldorf schools. Look up some reviews on Waldorf schools. I know some people don't like them, but generally the people that graduated from them and went there are super happy with the results they got. And they're generally really successful in life and really centered and contented. And they love to learn. That's interesting. But I wanted to say, since we think Carl Jung, here's a good book, The Tibetan Book of the Dead, with psychological commentary by Dr. Carl Gustav Jung. Okay, if you don't know who Carl Gustav Jung is, he's like kind of a disciple of Freud. And he kind of went in a different direction, but a lot of them have to do with your subconscious. Essentially, they started introducing that concept of the subconscious. Ever wonder why when you get drunk, you start doing and saying things that you normally wouldn't do? Maybe your subconscious is starting to get out a little bit more than you normally would let it. Anyways, this is like scary territory for some people, but it's you. It's who you are. It's what you are. And until you accept it and deal with it and tackle it and handle it, we're going to get what we've got. And I'm talking about you, and I'm talking to me, and I'm talking to everyone else that you know, and people that haven't heard this. You know, whoever you are watching this, you might already know this, but you need to go explain this to someone. How, I mean, God, just this. I'm not even going to get into the manipulation and politics and wars and the banking system and the media. It's a diarrhea. It's a smorgasbord of throw up because nobody's accepting the truth of who they are, of where we come from. And then some of the people that are just like manipulative about it, it's like, I don't know, fuck those people, honestly. You're going to try and be manipulative and just go out and get some for you and not try to help anybody around you. That's so stupid, because if you realize, as soon as you increase the quality of life of everyone around you, your quality of life just increased automatically. Boom, done. It's so stupid to try and be selfish and not help other people. If you want to be selfish, and I could find the thing in the Dalai Lama book where he says this, if you want to be selfish, go help other people. It's the best thing you can do. If you really, really only care about you, if you really only care about yourself, because a bunch of you watching this at some point are going to only be caring about yourself, and that's normal. Realize that you can actually benefit yourself the most by helping other people. I know that sounds crazy, but because you're a social animal, because you're a monkey, when you help your network, when you help your social circle, your society, your net, your support net, when you make that stronger, when you make it better, when you make everything else around you more affluent, more intelligent, less stressed, more honest, more compassionate, more loving, when everyone around you sees those benefits in themselves, your life increases. Your quality of life just got better because your social circle just got that much better. So help everyone around you get what they want. Help them get rich. Help them reduce their stress. Help them to learn about themselves. Help them to get on an exercise and nutrition plan. Help them to develop good habits. How about that one? Because we're creatures of habit. I can't do it anymore. It's almost 30 minutes. I'm done talking. I love you guys. I hope you learned something. I hope I learned something. I hope you apply it. I've been reading this lately. This is the one I've been reading lately. The Book of Mastery. It's a channeled text. I don't know how. Channeled text. Okay, I'll read it. I'll see what it has to say. That's how I feel about it. Is it legit? I don't really care if it's channeled or not. I just care what he has to say. Or whatever. And what if he got channeled like the wrong beings? And like it's a channeled text, but it's like these beings are dumb. They're not very smart. They want me to make like rap music about riding on 20s and spinners. Maybe you don't need to listen to those guides like that. What's the guy? Into the Matrix. If your guides aren't helping you out, fire them and hire new guides. So that's cool. I'm in with that. But also, this is endorsed by Michael Bernard Beckwith, who's pretty good. He's got, you should Google him, Michael Bernard Beckwith. He's like the black dude that's got the really long dreads, like predator-looking dreads thing. My buddy described him, but a super awesome dude, super positive. His life visioning course is awesome, about talking about not being a victim and what would you have to become to have the life that you envision, and what would you have to change about yourself to do that. And so it's a little Western, but it's a different approach to it. It's a more open approach. It's more understanding of the universal connectedness that we all have, and that you're not necessarily evil because you want to make money and have sex with pretty ladies. Oh man. Alright, I can't even post this video. Can I do that? Just fuck the world. I'll just post it. I don't care what anyone thinks. It's a lot of swearing, and there's a lot of violating of social cultural norms. Someone is going to be triggered. I don't want to give those people advertising. Oh, sorry. Alright. Hopefully you're triggered. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully you're not triggered. Hopefully you learned something. But I just had to get it out. I just had to get it off my chest. Get it out. Musicians, make more music. Philosophers, write more. Poetry, we need more of that. I want to see more creative, more of the arts, more of the love pouring out of your hands. You got this little phone. You can make tons of stuff. Look, I'm just making this. What can you do? You can do something 10 times better than this. I didn't even try. I just put this thing on tripod and went, let's talk about it. And this is in the background, just in case. It's really just in the background. I didn't put it there on purpose. All right.